Friday, I go through both of the lifts just as if I was competing, but just not as serious. I try and have fun with it. I try and just get a decent total. I don't try and get any PRs or anything like that. At the start of my session, I'm kind of like normally in play mode. And then if I feel like it's a day where I can stop playing and get serious, then I do. If I get through my warm-ups and I'm starting to feel like, hey, you know what? Not feeling particularly strong today. I think that we should just leave it in play mode. Then I leave it in play mode. I don't really take it that seriously unless my body decides that it needs to take it that seriously. Because let's face it, you do have some control on how your body performs for the day, but there is an element where you kind of don't have control. You can control how much sleep you get every night. You can control what you consume in terms of food and nutrition. You can control your flexibility and mobility sessions. You can control how much rest time you give your body in between training sessions. But you know what? After all that's said and done, you can still have a bad day. You can still have a day where your body's like, it ain't happening, bro. And that's how I treat it, man. I treat every day exactly like that. When I approach the barbell, everything I've done outside of the gym prior to me approaching the barbell in the gym is kind of out of my control. You can't control how much sleep you got last night. You understand what I'm saying? You can't take back that pint of Ben & Jerry's that you ate last night. And so I highly encourage that you guys have a day structured into your training where you don't take it that seriously, but you do leave the window open for your body to take it seriously if it feels like it needs to. Then you can really have fun with it. You can throw some weight around, potentially get a new personal record. Those are always fun days, but I would like to remind all of us as athletes that we're gonna have more bad days than good days. That there's gonna be more days where we are subpar performing versus days where we are performing optimally. That's just a part of the game that we're playing as athletes. So today I'm gonna take it up through the weights. I'm gonna start off with the snatch. My focus for today is really pulling that bar into my hips, man. Like every day, obviously, I'm focusing on that, but today I'm gonna really focus on gluing that bar to my hips, getting it up into that pocket, fully extending with the straightest arms possible. If I have a little bit of arm bend, that's fine, but for the most part, I'm looking for my arms to be relatively straight as I pull the bar into the crease of my hips and reach for that full extension. So hopefully we can get that accomplished today. It's something that's really easy to do when the weight's light, when it's under body weight. But as we start to approach body weight and above, for me, that's when it can start to get a little bit difficult. Leaving those hips in the back position is also something else I'm gonna focus on today. I find myself preemptively kind of hip thrusting prematurely, and so hopefully today I could kind of leave those hips back as I come forward. And even as my torso becomes vertical, those hips should kind of still be back until I'm ready to actually go for the full extension. So let's see what that looks like today. That applies to both the snatch and the clean and jerk. So sometimes it's really good just to get a non-biased perspective on what my lifts look like. Someone who doesn't know me, who's not personally invested into anything I'm doing. So hey man, if you see any of my lifts today and you have any constructive pointers, drop them down below.
You thinking the next hit, holding on to treasures, lusting after pleasures. I become addicted to this feeling under pressure. I get plenty loot these days, I swear I never let up. It's embedded in my...
So that's it. You guys just saw the last clean and jerk. That was 235. I'm not peaking right now. I'm focusing on muscle building for like the next 6 to 8 weeks. And so my goal isn't to like try and PR or max out on any one of these lifts. It's just to kind of maintain a decent level at any given day of the year. Clean and jerk 235, 245. I think that's above average. You know what I'm saying? I don't think like the average dude is out there just clean and jerking 245s. And so I definitely think this is decent. I'd probably say the major takeaway from today's session specifically is that during that last lift that you guys just saw, I felt kind of a tweaking in my shoulder. Nothing crazy, nothing to where I need to go to the emergency room or nothing to where I need to seek medical attention. Not even close to seeking medical attention. I just felt a slight strain in my shoulder, if that makes sense. And this elbow and this whole pretty much right side is an ancient injury that I had from back in the Army days, like jumping out of airplanes for 20 years. So this is from that. I can feel the effects from that now as I'm getting older. And so I'm just becoming more aware when I work out or during my training sessions. I'm really paying attention to what I'm feeling. Am I feeling any strains that could potentially lead to like a minor or even a major injury later on down the road? And I just do my best to kind of nip it in the bud right then and there. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to, let's say that 235 or the one I just showed you. Let's say I wasn't satisfied with it and I kept trying to not only get the 235, but increase that weight to 245, 255, just to appease my internal sense of satisfaction or whatever you want to call it. I may not even have necessarily injured myself today, but I could potentially push what may seemingly be a minor strain today and have that kind of develop into like a real life major injury 2 weeks down the road. It just kind of compounds itself and you just really don't realize it. So if you guys are wondering why I stopped at 235, that's literally why I stopped at 235. I don't push it to the extreme every single training session. There are times where I just literally go dumb mode and just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, but that's only if I feel that my body can take it, if that makes sense. And I know that we as athletes tend to enjoy abusing our bodies in a sense that we see that abuse can eventually lead to something more progressive later on in the future in terms of maybe strength, flexibility, or conditioning. But I just think paying attention to what your body is telling you during a training session is super important. And if you're feeling like you minorly tweaked out your back or your shoulder or your elbow during your training session, and then you just continue to push through that training session just for the sake of saying, I finished the training session, there's no other gratification besides that. I think that kind of mentality or that type of training mentality can definitely lead to injuries. Sometimes you just gotta know when to stop, man. 185, I mean, I'm not like freaking hysterical about it. You know, I gotta eat my own words, bro. At the beginning of this training session, I straight up told myself that, look, I'm not gonna take it that serious. I'm only gonna take it serious if my body's like, yo, taps me on the shoulder and says to me, yo, let's go for it. You know, let's go for a personal best, or let's get it, in other words. But it didn't tell me that today. I really did work extremely hard on hyper-focusing on rehabilitating my pinched nerve. Like seriously, I did a lot of research in it. And so I gotta be proud about what I've been able to accomplish with this, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that I am working, I did snatch 215 the other day. So aside from the 185 that you guys just saw, I did snatch 215 just 2 days ago. So I got to take that into account too, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, let's get these clean and jerks. You know, being an infantry guy, airborne, deploying back-to-back Afghanistan, Iraq, Afghanistan, 6-7 times just going back and forth overseas. The mentality of raising your hand to leadership and letting them know that, hey, I have a medical problem that I need attention on, or even a mental health condition that I need to seek attention on or therapy on. It's frowned upon, man. It's still frowned upon even till this day. It's gotten a lot better than like the late 90s, obviously, but I'm just trying to really evolve from that and mainly just recognize that, hey, I do come from that environment, but I can change into something that's a little bit more understanding towards actual progression long term, if that makes sense. I want each and every one of you guys watching this right now to know that I don't take it lightly that you're taking the 5 or 10 minutes out of your day to watch my videos. I think that as someone putting up content on YouTube, you can kind of get immersed into the fact that I'm showing myself online, I'm showing my weaknesses, I'm showing my strengths, and it's kind of easy to get caught up into how I'm feeling about making the videos and not necessarily keeping in mind that there are people on the other side of this camera clicking on my thumbnail and spending 10 minutes with someone who they don't even know. As always, if you are someone else who enjoys making content for this platform, I always like to give some recommendations on how to make your videos just a little bit better. Once again, I'm gonna continue singing praises about the SmallRig wireless microphone setup that I'm currently using. It's currently how I'm wirelessly getting audio to you guys. Of course, the only way you can purchase this wireless microphone is by clicking the link in the description below. It's the only place where you can get this microphone. You can't get it anywhere else. If you go to SmallRig directly, they're not gonna sell it to you. If you go to eBay, you won't find any on eBay at all. Amazon only works if you go through the links that I provided to you guys in the description below. Capturing quality audio for your videos can be annoying. This is the SmallRig W60. It comes with 2 small wireless transmitters and a receiver. You turn them on, they auto sync, no fuss. The transmitter fits right onto the cold shoe of your camera and allows you to monitor your audio levels. Just connect the supplied cable to the transmitter, then to your camera, turn on your wireless transmitters, and instantly start capturing live audio individually, which is, by the way, the #1 feature in my book, the ability to be able to individually adjust and monitor both of your gains. It comes with a small dead cat for windy outdoor environments, easy to attach, which will allow you to just handhold the transmitter, or you can clip it onto a collar or a shirt. And to be honest, the built-in mics don't sound terrible. It's what you're hearing me on right now. But for even better audio, you can attach your own lav mic. They don't include one in the kit. So right now I'm attaching a Purple Panda lav mic. This kit also comes with a TRRS cable for mobile devices. This is an iPhone right here, so I'm attaching and plugging the dongle to the iPhone and then back into the receiver. In a pinch, you can even monitor your audio through the headphone jack right on the receiver, and this just makes it convenient to ensure you're actually capturing clean sounding audio. Once I'm all done, I pack everything away into the charging case, and yes, it is a charging case, which even comes with an already attached USB cable. And once I'm all charged up, I can pack everything away nice and neatly into the supplied SmallRig carrying bag and be on my way.